So guys, it's already middle of January and I'm very late talking to you about the best beauty products, especially makeup, that were released in 2023 that I was using so much and loving so much. It was a good year for makeup releases. It was a good year for beauty products in general. We had so many new launches and I cannot wait to tell you some gems that I've been hooked on. I was hooked on for the whole year and I continue to use them in this year. So I really think that you guys should know about these products. They are the best. You know, really, I would say last year I found more beauty products that are amazing than any other time before. Hi my beauties, welcome back to another fabulous beauty makeup video. Like I said, in this video I'm going to talk to you about the best of the best of the best makeup products that were released in 2023. I bought so much Chanel products last year, it's not even funny. There were some pretty significant new makeup releases. Chanel did amazing last year in terms of makeup releases. There was the Bisson's collection, there was the holiday 2023 collection with the 1920s theme, there was of course the 31 La Rouge collection. There were so many collections and I bought them all, to the point I actually met their criteria or the spending mark or limit to receive this beautiful snow globe. With Chanel, you guys, when you order thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of things, makeup or bags or whatever have you, then you get this beautiful fabulous snow globe. Look at that. I have wanted one of these for the longest time, you guys. Look at that. I have been wanting one of these forever and I finally have it. Well, apparently I dropped enough money that they sent this to me in appreciation of my business. Okay, so anyway, so since I started to talk about Chanel, I guess I will just talk about Chanel. Now, I keep this in the box still because of several reasons. Well, it's more protected. Second of all, I'm in the middle of reorganizing my beauty space. So I kept this in the box. This is of course the Chanel 31 Rouge collection. You guys know, the most expensive lipstick. I did a complete full-on video about this collection. If you missed it, check it out. I will link it down in the description box. Every video I reference, every product I talk about will be in the description box, of course. So these lipsticks, oh my god, these have like gardenia oil and like all the skincare in it, and I loved it. And I used these a ton, but also I was using it very sparingly because they're so expensive. One of these lipsticks is $275. Ooh, yikes. Not a good start to this video, you guys. I don't want to scare you guys. Not everything in here is going to be this ridiculously expensive, but I just wanted to give this one a shout out mainly. I know most people wouldn't be insane enough to buy that. I'll talk about more practical stuff here, obviously, but that was just like my one luxury item that I got last year that I really am, it's my like treasure, you know. It's going to be on my display forever, so on and so forth, you know what I mean. And then Chanel released these. I also keep these in the box because I don't want them getting damaged or something, and I'm only using one of them, you guys. I'm keeping the other one for like taking pictures and stuff. Like, these are the big oversized highlighters Chanel released last year, and let me show you. This one is a little bit more kind of tan, like good for tan skin, I would say. It's like a golden champagne color. I got a couple. I got the Camellia embossing. So the embossing came in, was it 4 different embossing. There was the Chanel Lion Head, there was the Double C, there was the Camellia, and then a Comet. I remember a Comet. So I got the Double C and the Camellia is what I got in 2 different shades. So here's my other one. This is the one that I haven't even touched and I don't want to disturb it. So I have another one. I bought 2 of them so I can keep one without touching. I don't really know why I brought the one I haven't touched down. That made no sense. But anyway, believe me when I tell you these are amazing. And then let me get all my Chanel stuff out of the way and I'll go on to the other brands because I, like I said, used a ton of Chanel products last year. Oh my goodness. And then there were these beautiful Le Beige bronzers, the cream bronzers that were released in the smaller size that actually are the same formula almost exactly as the Soleil Tendé Chanel bronzer. Remember then they came out with the Le Beige bronzers that had like coconut oil or something that was a little too emollient. It wasn't the same formula as the Soleil Tendé Chanel, but these ones that came in these little pots, these are that exact formula. So this one is my winter shade and this is my summer shade. Do you see what a dent I put into it? I mean, I have dug into these. These are so good. They blend like a dream and they just really like do the job, you guys. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, I don't know if you guys want me to show how well they blend. I mean, watch this. This is like, there's like a cream to powder kind of nature to these for bronzers. Look at that. Like it just is like a dream. It's not too emollient, but they blend very nicely, like cream to powder type of texture that I absolutely adore. Oh, and then Chanel came out with the Byzance collection that was inspired by the Byzantine jewelry, you know, like those Baroque kind of like jewelry, you know. So I love these actual eyeshadow quads. There were 4 of them. Out of the 4, these are my 3 favorite and I wore them a ton. I don't know if you guys can tell. Chanel very rarely comes out with this sort of like shimmery, like this shade here, for example, it's like this sort of like pearlescent duo shift type of shade with a green hue to it. And then this one is a blue, like a beautiful shimmer one with a blue hue to it. So I really loved wearing these a lot, you know, because look at that. They are so pretty and they looked so pretty on my eyes. I wore them a ton and I continue to wear them a ton. So the whole Byzance collection, I loved everything. I got the nail polishes from the collection too. There was like a gold one, a black one and something. Yeah, I love them, but I wore them, but I also wore my other nail polishes a lot. But these are the ones that are noteworthy that I want to mention to you guys. These 3 quads. I'll put their names down in the description box, the 3 that I really like. There were 4 out of the 4. I love the 3 and I love the 4th one too, but that's the color story is more everyday. I've seen it before, whereas this is different from Chanel with those, you know, jewel tones like the green and all that, and then of course the shimmery top coat kind of shade, pearlescent type of finish. And then there was also the Chanel Holiday 2023 collection that was completely inspired by, you know, the 1920s, the flapper girls, you know, the whole aesthetic. And here is the eyeshadow palette that came with it. You guys can see how much, can you see how much it's been abused? I wore this a ton, and these, as you can see, they're all very shimmer, and like there's shimmer specks that you can see, like this shade right here itself. It's just so fabulous. The taupe and the black in there are also really fabulous. Here's the taupe and here's the black. Wore it a ton. And also I loved the lipsticks. So it came out with There were nail polishes, which I bought too. Then there were 2 lipsticks, one of which was like a regular lipstick with the cream finish. But then this shade in particular right here was one that had a metallic sheen to it. Unfortunately, the camera is not showing it as well. Maybe if I tried the palm. I always tell myself, use the palm. Yeah, it shows better on the palm. I love this shade. Again, wore it a ton. Then of course this January, which I'm not including in this video, Chanel came out with the whole Winter Glow collection, which I just reviewed, by the way. If you missed that video, check that out. And I just today did the YouTube short about it too, with the missing couple of items that I didn't have at the time of filming of the review. Check both of them out, the video and the short. So let's move on to my other makeup, the more brands that are like more, you know, Sephora type of brands, right? So let me talk about them. I don't know where to get started. I don't know. I'm not gonna go in any kind of order here. I gotta say, this product was a real surprise to me. It took me by surprise because I don't like anything that has the label skin tint or skin serum or foundation, serum foundation, or any of those type of things, because they never work, and you end up looking like a grease ball, or it gives you no coverage at all. Whereas this one, you guys, right here, I finally found my light hydrating, light feeling serum type of foundation. This is Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation, the liquid form. Oh my god, you guys, it's what I'm wearing on my skin today. Do you see how healthy my skin looks with this on? It really is, especially like my go-to winter foundation right this moment, because really works so well with that. I think there's hyaluronic acid in here, if I'm not mistaken. It's supposed to be a serum skin tint, but you guys, it gives really good coverage. You know, if you have like acne scarring or hyperpigmentation, you would want that bit of coverage, and it does give it. It is the best, like one of the best foundations period I've ever discovered. This was a new release last year from Danessa Myricks. Do you see how much coverage that there is? And do you see how healthy the skin looks with that foundation on right there? I mean, it gives you the most healthy sort of like glow, the shine. It just makes your skin look so healthy, so good. So yeah, this has been my go-to, you know, foundation this winter especially. Absolutely love it. I can't believe I didn't, you know, use it before. I believe this is a 2023 release. I will, like I said, specify everything down in the description box. Another one that I used a ton was the Glossier foundation. It has almost this sort of like light gel-like coverage. Let me show you. It's actually really good. I need to do a review. I don't know, I didn't do a review of this, but look, you guys, maybe I'll do a video of like my favorite foundations. This is also that sort of like kind of sits like a second skin, and it doesn't dry out your skin. It kind of makes you look healthy, not as much as the Yummy Skin one, but it has this sort of gel-like consistency that doesn't feel like it's settling into your pores and giving you like whiteheads and blackheads and that kind of stuff. So those are two have been my favorite, most used foundations in 2023. They're 2023 new releases. Then the concealers, you guys, these three, actually I have 3 of them here. These are what I use the most. These are all new releases in 2023. Of course, I'm talking about the Natasha Denona cream concealer. This one is the color corrector that I use. I use like the peachy one. It comes in like 4 shades from light to dark skin. And then there's the concealer shade that I use. These are so creamy. Don't settle into lines. Don't emphasize anything. It just covers and smooths out your skin, just what you want from a concealer. The best, if not one of the best concealers ever created on this planet. Then this Gucci concealer is also just as wonderful. I would say maybe not exactly as much as Natasha. This is like my second favorite. This is also quite creamy and like light, but has like very thin consistency but really high coverage, as you can see. This is kind of like my brightening concealer that I like to use. Really works so well. I really love this one. Doesn't crease, doesn't settle into lines, the whole, you know, the whole list of things that you don't want in a concealer. It doesn't have, you know. It's really amazing. I have my favorite powder bronzer. This is also a new release, I believe 2023. This is not a new bronzer per se. This is the NARS Laguna bronzer, but I believe the darker complexion shades were released in 2023 if I'm not mistaken. So this one, I have it in the shade Laguna 5. This is so good. It's like not too red, not too yellow, not, you know, it's just the perfect bronzer shade. Reminds me a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury one, but this has completely knocked that one out of the list. This is like the most, you know, finely milled, beautiful, perfect bronzer, you guys. It really gives you that beautiful bronzed look to the skin. I'm wearing that actually on my cheeks today. It's hard to kind of describe to you like just how wonderful this bronzer is. Just trust my words and get your shade. You guys are gonna love it. It's probably quite possibly the best powder bronzer I've ever used, if that tells you something. And then I have some blushes that I absolutely adored this year. The best cream blush that I used, this is from Danessa Myricks, I believe a 2023 new release. This is the Yummy Skin Cream Blush. These are so like the emollient, but at the same time they go on the skin like a dream, you guys. It just gives you the most natural flushed look, blend like a dream. I absolutely adore them. I need to get them in several colors. I only have like one actually. I always get one to try it out. This is Golden Hour, but I want to get all the shades basically from you know, during the Sephora VIB sale this year. By the way, stay tuned for my sale haul. Usually it's epic. And then in terms of powder blushes, I have been loving, I mean, I loved like wearing these in 2023. This one right here, the Givenchy Prism Libre blushes that came in this like sort of the quad, like a quadrant thing here. These came in so many different shades, I think 5 shades if not, I'm not mistaken. This one, you guys, I just, you know, I'm wearing that on my skin today. It gives the most like, it actually reminds me of Charlotte Tilbury's blushes. These cream blushes, they're the cream ones, right? But this almost looks like the powder version of those, if that makes sense. It like adjusts to your pH on your skin. Like if you're warm skin tone, somehow the cool looking powders in here turn warm and just gives you the most beautiful flush. I love them. So another cream blush that I've loved and wore to death in 2023. These ones right here, Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Wand. Matte Beauty Blush ones. This is in the dark shade. I will list all of it down below. These are so good, you guys. Like the flush it gives to your cheeks is just like unparalleled. They kind of have this like cream to powder look, kind of like Danessa Myricks, you know, almost, but, and they are very long lasting. So I wore these a ton. And then my favorite, even more than the matte ones, are these ones with a little bit of like that glow. This is the same shade I believe I have 2 of because I absolutely love them. This one, you guys, like gives you like the most flushed, natural, beautiful, gorgeous woman kind of cheeks. Hard to describe. It's hard to describe. They are so good. Gives you the most like beautiful sort of hydrated, like plump, kind of almost make your cheeks look plump, like skin look kind of hydrated and plump in terms of bounciness, right? Like that sort of like collagen kind of look, you know, especially if you're of the mature skin, right? You get what I'm saying? And then another type of blush I used a ton, the Dior Backstage blushes. These are also kind of like the Givenchy ones. Really kind of adjust your skin's pH level, like a pH, and like changes color, like warm up if you have warm skin, like, you know what I mean. They are so good. I use them a ton. Another one I used was this one by Too Faced. This is like those pink Barbie blush. Of course, that was a huge craze in 2023 with the whole Barbie thing. So this was my Barbie doll one that I loved wearing the most in 2023. It's like the perfect Barbie doll pink, okay? So good, and it actually worked on my skin tone too. I loved wearing this with my Natasha Denona Love palette, not the Love palette she released a while ago. I'm talking about the new, like the Love Face Glow palette. I don't know, remember the name. You know, it's kind of like that. Absolutely loved it. Wore them a ton. And then for a face powder, you guys, my favorite last year was this one. This I believe was a new release. This is the Givenchy Prism Libre face powder. So yeah, it's again that quadrant concept where you have 4 different colors you mix up. It's kind of for the medium tan skin tone. Such a finely milled, beautiful powder that make your skin kind of looks totally even and flawless. In terms of face palettes, you guys, oh my gosh, like these two are my favorite. This is actually a relaunch that was released last year, but this was a palette that Charlotte Tilbury released like 2-3 years ago, and people went crazy for it, and it sold out like crazy, and people were selling it on the reselling sale market for like ridiculous prices. But this is the Love Love Gasm face palette. I actually have 2 of these. This is the old one I already had when she released the new one, which is the exact same packaging, same thing. This year I have another one of these now. I mean, I love the blush in here, you guys. I mean, look at that. The highlighter is gorgeous too. I mean, it's absolutely, this bronzer is a really perfect bronzer. It actually reminds me of like a cross between the other Charlotte Tilbury and the NARS Laguna, but with even like a slightly different awesome formula. I absolutely love this, wore it a ton. And then the other face palette I wore a ton, although I would love to wear it a ton more this year in the summer, because this color story complements summertime tan sun-kissed face skin complexion more than the winter time. This red blush is my absolute favorite. I don't have anything like that in my collection. This is such a wonderful formula. Of course, did I tell you this is the Hourglass Unlocked palette that they released this year? They released like 4 different designs here. You could customize them. This is the snake palette as it came, because it turns out it's actually the combination I want. I wanted the snake thing with this exact color story, so I got it as is. Look at this blush. I don't know if you guys can tell, there's like a beautiful sheen to it, and it's like perfect for summertime. And then of course it comes with the famous Hourglass face powders that are so famous. I love this bronzer. It's absolutely stunning. Wore it a ton, but it does complement summertime complexion more than winter kind of pale complexion, you know. And in terms of other eyeshadow palettes, the palette that I use the most, that was a new release in 2023, this one right here, Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. This is the only palette, if you're someone who needs only one palette, wants only one palette, this is the one to have. So if you can have only one palette, this is the one to get, because this goes from casual to full glam to winter to summer. I mean, name it. It is like absolutely gorgeous. I mean, these shimmer shades in here are to die for, you guys, to die for. I mean, they have the best formula ever. I don't know if you guys can tell. They are so beautiful. These matte shades are silky and creamy, and they are a dream. I don't know if you can see or if this camera does justice to just how gorgeous they are. Do you see them? They are, this palette is stunning. I mean, I don't know if you can see like how much I've dug into this palette, right? I use this almost every day in 2023. And then of course later in 2023, Natasha released the Xenon palette, this one in the black, and this was my New Year's Eve look, by the way. Check out my channel's short of me applying this palette. This one is that silver black lover's dream, you know, like if you love like a nice silver black type of palette. I mean, look at those shades. Look at this shade right there. My God, you guys, you know. I mean, of course, I don't have to even talk about how amazing the matte shades are. I had the most stunning look on New Year's Eve with this palette. I used it a ton, as you can probably tell. It's been abused. This year was the year of lip products, you guys. I mean, not this year, 2023, of course. Last year was the year of lip products. Oh my God, it was lip products galore. But there were new releases like this right here. This was one of my favorite, most worn. I'm wearing it in this video on my lips. These are the YSL Candy Glaze lip, is it lip glass? Lip glass, I think they're called. They look, it's basically what they're called. They look like glass on your skin. Like it makes your lips look like pouty glass lips. I mean, look at that. Okay, I have used it so much that this one is almost out. And guess what? I just ran out of this one today. This shade, as you can see, I dug into it. Like I started going into it. Like there's no more, I can't turn it up anymore. So I'm digging into it now. That's what I'm wearing on my lips today. You get the idea. They are absolutely stunning. I can't get enough of them. I keep accumulating more and more until I probably have all of the shades. Another one like that was very popular in 2023, the Hourglass lip sticks here. These have the same sort of glass lip look with the lip gloss in a stick look. You know, I wear these a ton, wore them a ton. I mean, they make your lips look so juicy, unbelievably juicy. That shade that I showed you, that's my favorite. Let me go ahead and put some more on. I mean, they make your lips look so, do you see that? Absolutely love them. And then of course the Tarte Maracuja lip glosses. They are the same concept, lip gloss in a stick thing, which, like I said, you guys, I was just loving that in 2023. They're all the same, basically, the concept. Wore them a ton. I didn't want dry lips anymore. I wasn't really so much into the matte lip thing in 2023. I wore matte lips a few times, some velvet lip. You know, I wore some of the Lisa Eldridge, but I was gravitating so much more towards these juicy lip balm in a stick look. You know, in 2023, there were so many releases like that in 2023. Every brand basically released a lipstick like that. And then I was obsessed with these Natasha Denona. I needed red. What is that collection? Her red collection, right? That she came up with these beautiful lipsticks, you guys. I am wearing this lipstick in my, this is not the juicy lip thing. This is more like a satin type of finish, but it does have almost like a beautiful kind of like finish, you know, kind of velvety satin, I would say. I wore it in my video, yesterday's video. My lips looked absolutely beautiful. This particular shade of red is absolutely sexy, you guys. Okay, I will put all the shades obviously down in the description box. And this lip gloss, I gotta give it a shout out. This is by Charlotte Tilbury, Pinkgasm Sunset lip balm. This one is this particular shade. Oh my God, again, that glass lip kind of lip glass, you know, I love it. This is a pure lip gloss, but I loved wearing this on its own or on top of a slightly red lipstick. Whew, it was so good. I love the looks she does with her makeup, you know, like Charlotte Tilbury. And then in terms of another eyeshadow palette I was using a ton last year. This is a new release by Charlotte Tilbury. I don't understand. So this is the Beautyverse palette, you guys. I don't understand. There were some negative reviews about this palette. I mean, like, who are these people? Like, do they understand what this is? This palette is absolutely stunning. It's like having, like, Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadows are usually very kind of, I wouldn't say buttoned up, but she tries to do, like, you know, like classy ones that are not too overly, like, you know, out there, too chromy or shiny, right? But this is like a perfect, like, you get to have her, that like beautiful formula that looks so classy, but with a little bit of glitz, right? This is absolutely stunning. That's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. As you can see, the mattes are absolutely to die for. They are so creamy and like silky at the same time, finely milled. They have that almost like that leather kind of, like wet leather kind of look, because, you know, Natasha has a formula like that as well. It's like a cream to powder formula. But anyway, absolutely stunning. I don't get whether I mean, most people love it, you guys. I mean, people who understand, I mean, they love it. The highlighter of last year that I used the most outside of the Chanel highlighters is this one right here. This was a new release in 2023. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Seeker highlighter. This is basically, you know, like that Umbrisi highlighter that went viral, right? This is the same exact formula, only in a lighter, more champagne shade than golden. Wore it a ton, you guys, a ton. I wish I could, like, I don't know where to put it anymore. Do you see that? I mean, like, I put a little bit right there. Do you see? It's like crazy. Like, now my forehead's shining like a plate. But in terms of eyeliners, you guys, my favorite were these Dior eyeliners, you guys. These are the Dior Show On Stage crayons. That's the nude eyeliner I'm wearing today. This is the best nude eyeliner I've ever had. It actually stays on the waterline. As you can see, it really gets the job done. It doesn't, you know, make my eyes water. It stays in the waterline for hours and hours, lasts for a long time. They're creamy, but at the same time don't break. All of the above. This video was just about makeup releases of 2023 that I fell in love with. The best of 2023 that I wore a ton in 2023. So I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And of course, go on over to my fragrance channel, Ceylon Cleo, which is a more established channel. I only just now started this channel. I wanted to separate the makeup content out of that channel so that can be solely a fragrance kind of channel. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to that as well. The link is down in the description box. Again, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I will see you guys in my next video.